Bet your Christian Louboutin to make a switch religion. I'm not stupid, baby, but the mention is me and Benji are related like relatives. I'm a brought the millions in. Go and get it, I'm the shit and don't need no laxative. I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it out.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Pistons in Detroit. Well, it was the Pistons winning their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. That game was a dominant performance. Always nice to win one going away, but it's just one game, and they'll be ready to go tonight. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over collective. Especially with all the media whirlwind in L.A., Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and collected in the locker room. He was a triple OC.
Triple OC, almost like a triple OG. But I'll tell you, great coaches have great relationships with their players. And those relationships go far beyond basketball. Most
And it's the Clippers coming in from out of town for this one, an interconference game today. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Taking a look at Detroit, facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
And I think for the Pistons, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Jordan. Adams is out there with Pierce. Then it's Jordan, and it's Parker in at the point guard position. And, guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues and interviews. He's engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed one.
And he's able to get it back. No coverage, that's all. Blake's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Parker dishes to Jordan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
And talking about Blake Griffin, one of the more well-liked players in our league, but also one of the most teed-up players, top 5 in the league for the past 4 seasons. He's been ejected from several games as well.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Clippers able to drain the 3. Here's Johnson. Excellent D there from Pierce.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Parker outside, and it's sent back by Drummond, but he gets it back. Parker passes to Adams, over Drummond. Here's Jordan, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well. And, getting back to Griffin, it's hard to stay grounded in this league. All the money, endorsements, ad campaigns, commercials, and so forth, that stuff can take you off track. But I think he's going to be grounded and maintain his focus going forward.
Here's Blake after the Clippers pick up 2. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Blake's got 5 points so far.
Griffin created the space for that shot.
Parker kicks to Jordan. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Pass to Griffin. Drummond a screen. Griffin against Adams. Griffin attacking. Rebound by the Clippers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it was really simple. I mean, you look at the numbers, they did a better job of knocking down the free throws.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
And so Adams nails both of them. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Here's Jordan after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Adams dishes to Jordan. Buries it from three-point range. Jordan's got 10 points.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Blake with it. He has 5. To the left wing. It's Drummond with the drive. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Jordan kicks to Adams. The kick out to Pierce. Again, Los Angeles.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Caldwell Pope after Paul Pierce's score. Caldwell Pope passes to Drummond. An easy 2 points on the layup. Drummond's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Blake, and it's blocked by Jordan. But they'll get another chance, and he gets it to go.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
From deep three-point range, and that's going to be a treble.
And a moment to see numbers for Adams. He's right around 29 points a night, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. Night in and night out, he's their #1 option offensively.
That's why he leads the team in scoring. Almost every play feels like it runs through him.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. A bit ago, Stan Van Gundy and I were able to chat. I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively. He said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake. And with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
Thanks, Doris. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. Blake up top, covered by Parker. Griffin down low. Adams on him. The 11-footer, and it's blocked by Adams. Parker outside. This one for 3. The offensive rebound.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
No doubt about it. You cannot let up defensively just because he missed out.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against Indiana.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Yeah, it did stick in high-quality fashion, too. I mean, a multifaceted approach like that, takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day.
Detroit with the ball. The Clippers getting the bucket. Offensive rebound. And Drummond throws it down.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Now here's Parker. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Outside Jordan. Adams outside. Second shot opportunity. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. To the inside. Drummond. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Griffin. Marcus Morris comes in for Johnson. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Caldwell Pope. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Allen. Jordan is out there with J.J. Redick. And there's Flash. And it's Pierce in at the 4.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Now here's Drummond. Pass to Griffin. The fadeaway. And it's Paul Pierce with the rebound.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
And here is Blake. 7 points in the game. The dish to Griffin. Drummond a screen. Now Griffin. 6 to shoot. To stop the run. Nice jump shot. Good. Griffin's got 6.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct. Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Los Angeles leading by 9. There's the pick, down low, and it's Jordan with the jam.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Right through the knee for the layup. Jordan's got 9 points now in the quarter.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Blake. He has 7. Griffin dishes to Johnson for 3. And another 3 for Detroit.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right in Auburn Hills.
I know.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And Redick kicks to Pierce. Jordan the screen, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Andre Drummond picks one up. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career. Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey, but you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career, and also for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Clippers leading by 9. Redick passes to Allen. Feeds it to Jordan. Nobody near Allen. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Griffin can't get it to go in.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
And, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Blake with it, covered by Redick. Griffin a screen on Jordan. Caldwell Pope, soft touch off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And Redick has improved every phase of his game over every year, especially in the area of efficiency. Shooting over 47% from the field last year. And Greg, that by far the highest in his career.
Yeah, and his mid-range jumper last year, just automatic. The turnovers per minute averaged also ridiculously low. It even improved as a defender.
And the officials call a traveling violation. And while we can, let's find out a little bit about the shooting guards around the league and which of them have had the most assists over the last 10 games. You take a look at Jordan, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
Well, when he's on the court, it's like having a second point guard out there. I mean, and in fact, his passing ability oftentimes rivals or surpasses some of the best point guards in our league.
Yeah, it's hard to call him a true two guard because of how often their offense runs through him. Maybe he's more like a 1.5 guard.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Clippers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. With the shot. That one wide left.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Allen's shot is off.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Blake with it. He's got 7. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drummond with a screen on Redick. Caldwell Pope dishes to Drummond. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
A different look here for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Blake Griffin. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Steve Blake. The Clippers also making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Adams. Jody Meeks comes in for Jordan. And Parker subbed in for J.J. Redick. And that does it for the first half of play. Clippers lead by 15. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. The second quarter got a lot more exciting for them as they were putting up big numbers and find themselves way out in front here at the half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half of basketball. Good ball movement off the ball, hard screens being set, and they found the guy for the open look. That's how they were able to shoot such a tremendous percentage from the field. With that fluid, efficient offense, they'll be tough to catch in the second half.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, first of all, Ernie, they were atrocious on the boards. Getting tough on the glass has got to be the first thing they address.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
And what a tremendous game for Jordan. He's got 21 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an important part of his game today. It's really spaced the floor.
Clippers leading by 15. Johnson is out there with Griffin. Then it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Then it's Steve Blake. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. On defense, the Pistons. And they double up Jordan. Pierce with a wide open look. The rebound by Caldwell-Pope.
High-quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. And they double up Jordan. Pierce for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 8 points for Paul Pierce.
You know, I think, Kevin, they took a bit of a chance there going to the double team, and that left another guy open out there.
Johnson the screen. And here is Blake. He feeds it to Drummond. Baseline jumper, and it's blocked by Jordan.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list. And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Griffin a screen on Jordan. And stolen by Jordan. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading.
Oh! And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's Griffin, and it's blocked by Adams.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And a wide open look for Jordan. Again, Los Angeles.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Griffin against Parker. To the inside, Adams. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Detroit's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Blake kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Inside, here's Johnson. Soft touch off the glass. Johnson's got 10.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Misses from short range.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass. They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Blake passes to Griffin. Clock at 6. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
And he makes the first. And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season, they didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
For Detroit, they've gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half starting. Picked by Griffin. Blake dishes to Griffin. Fades. Another miss by Griffin. Greg, as you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 19-5 run. And they double up Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Drummond a screen. Griffin against Adams. Griffin kicks to Caldwell Pope. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Parker passes to Jordan. Pierce inside the three-point line, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Pierce has got 13.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Passes to Drummond. No one near him. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Parker kicks to Adams for the 3. Out to Parker. Now the pass to Jordan. To the wing on the left. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Blake dishes to Caldwell Pope. Drummond with a screen on Jordan. Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Jordan. Steps back and fires. Blake misses.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboards.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
A nice shot by Jordan.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Los Angeles foul. Paul Pierce. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Ilyasova comes in for Blake Griffin. Marcus Morris is checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Steve Blake. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Allen comes in for Jordan. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Pierce out there with Adams. Then it's Allen. Then it's Jordan. And it's Parker in at the point. The jump hook. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And that's 11 points for Blake Griffin.
My, he is so adept at finishing in the low post.
Jordan sets the pick for Parker. Parker double teamed. And here's Jordan outside. The shot is off. Now the Pistons take it the other way.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Griffin. And Detroit again with the bucket. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Dishes it to Tolliver. No good from outside. The Clippers shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Parker's shot is off. Detroit's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Morris kicks to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 13 feet away. And there's another one for the Pistons.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Pierce the pass to Jordan. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Morris kicks to Ilyasova. Again, the Pistons score.
The D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
6 of their last 10 points have come by way of the two-pointer.
And he gets it to go.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Morris kicks to Ilyasova. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Clock at 6. Morris a screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
And we were talking about Ilyasova. There's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out to open, spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us that's his kind of game.
He hits the second from the line. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the Pistons making a change here. Anthony's checked in, and he gets the bucket.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
There's the pick. Tolliver kicks to Martin.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Now here's Rivers. Outside Jordan for 3. But they get it back. And they double up Jordan. He dishes it to Rivers. And Adams kicks to Dawson. And that one's good. Into the playoffs last year with Portland being a division winner, but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
Martin dishes to Anthony. Here is Tolliver. He kicks it to Anthony. Bullock passes to Tolliver. And the dunk to finish it off. Ah, beauty.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Pistons have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Down low, Anthony kicks to Bullock. They grab their own miss.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Well, he practically has gotten every one that's available. A 20-plus rebounding game is not something we get to see very often, Greg.
Here's Dawson, the stupendous finish in traffic. Dawson's got 7 now in this quarter. And Detroit has possession. Here's Dinwiddie. They set the screen.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what, he would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Here's Stevenson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
The D was all over him, but they just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
Detroit's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. To the middle, looking to end the run. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. The Clippers also making some changes. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Jody Meeks comes in for Jordan. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Austin Rivers. And a different look here for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Tolliver. Griffin comes in for Martin. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Morris subbed in for Dinwiddie.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
The drive by Jordan, and that one is hammered home.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And for the Pistons, they're shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Griffin against Crawford, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Here's Jordan. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Morris outside. The feed to Griffin. Tries from 10. The shot no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. 1:53 left in the game. Jordan dishes to Pierce. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 15 points for Paul Pierce.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Morris a screen. From deep, Ilyasova. Good.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
And Clark, they really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Most definitely. They shot the ball extremely well. It's a game to be proud of.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. And now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Jordan. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Drummond. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
He was completely in sync with the whole team tonight. And you can see that in the assist numbers, which were spectacular, I might add. It's hard to imagine him having a better night passing the basketball. Man.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
A2 é a 2, o resto eu vejo depois.